classical world very much think of Dvořák as the originator of the American sound. And Dvořák himself spoke about the peoples that were already here and saying that we can find the secret to the American sound if we're willing to go to First Nations music.
Eulalie is a trio of native female singers that made an album called Makchi back in 1994.
The recording by Eulalie, I think it certainly changed the way that we heard a lot of this music.
The music of Eulalie also, some of their music is much more traditional, and you really can feel this window into some of the sounds that directly inspired Dvořák when he was living in the United States.
The way that they enunciate and use their mouths as singers is really particular, and it's something that's very difficult to do with string instruments, and I think it's a constant process of trying to get closer and closer to that to be able to really bring these sounds to light.
In orchestrating from like a native vocal ensemble to a string quartet, I really employ allowing myself to be very impressionistic. When Eulalie does hear it, they're going to absolutely recognize their music, but they will absolutely hear the Jerod Tate artistic license that I took to add another dimension to it. So Chickasaw people were originally from the southeastern part of the United States. So we are what we call a woodland culture. Our family clans are named after woodland animals. 5 animals that are represented here are squirrel, woodpecker, deer, fish, and raccoon. I love composing works that reflect their character, their ethos, their whole spirit.
So there are connotations to those animals that he has that we might not necessarily know.
Jerod is so great with storytelling, and every movement is an animal. We're asking, okay, what is this animal doing here?
The reason we chose the Dvořák American as sort of a centerpiece of this project is that it's very inspiring for a lot of young players. I think that's really at the root of it. And as a piece of music, there are a lot of good reasons for that. It's very democratic with the treatment of each voice. Everyone gets a lot of really, really cool soloistic moments.
The emotional depth and the kind of human quality that it has, kind of heart-wrenching and tragic and hopeful at the same time.
So Dvořák was also very, very focused on his ethnic identity in his compositions. So that's one of the reasons why I feel so inspired and so honored to be in the same company of Dvořák in that ethnic expression of classical music.
I hope in the end audiences can hear Dvořák in a new light and maybe realize for the first time where some of his ideas are coming from. And also think about just how rich our heritage is on this continent.
I think this is a really good opportunity for people to see American Indians as very multi-dimensional and also very modern.
The pieces on the album are all very different, and I think having them side by side, that's the really cool thing about the album. I would love to know that people are excited about that.